Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to be talking about how to get Cursed Dual Katana. Considered one of the strongest swords in the game, this is definitely one you're going to want to go for if you plan on using swords in Blox Fruits. For Cursed Dual Katana, you will need both Yama and Tushita. I made a video on how to obtain both of them, so if you're not sure on how to do it, go ahead and watch that one first and then come back to this one. Now, Cursed Dual Katana also has another requirement than just having Yama and Tushita. You will need both Yama and Tushita at 350 or higher mastery on both of them, as well as being level 2200 or higher. Once you meet those requirements, go ahead and come towards Turtle Mansion and go towards the big building just behind it. Here you will find the Crypt Master that once you interact with, will tell you that the entrance behind this building feels cursed. If you think you can handle it, I can open the way for you if you want. Go ahead and press OK and the quest will start. Once you actually start the quest, the door on the opposite side will open. From here you can walk inside and choose which trial you want to do. Also, something that's important is whichever quest you're deciding to do, you will need to have that sword equipped. So if you're doing the Yama quest, equip Yama, and if you're doing the Tushita quest, equip Tushita. Also, if you're here for only one specific sword, or you've already done one of the swords and you are doing the next one, I'm going to put timestamps down below in the description for each specific sword, as I'll do them in order. Now, for the Tushita quest, you'll start with the Dock Legend, which is the first trial. In order to do the Dock Legend trial, all you have to do is go to different islands, go down to the boat dealers, and then towards the back page, press Pardon Me. You'll do this at 3 different islands, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over to 3 different islands really quick. From there, you'll get your next Alucard shard. At this point, it becomes just a waiting game, as you need to get a Hollow Essence for the last part of the Yama quest, and you need a pirate raid at the Sea Castle for the Tushita quest. Alright, so once you have the pirates have been spotted approaching the castle, go ahead and take the second Tushita quest, Sense of Duty. Go ahead and go to Sea Castle and take on the pirates, the pirate raid, and from here you'll get your next Alucard. Now you need to at least fight one of the pirates, and then you will get the shard once the raid is actually over. As you can see, I got the next Alucard fragment. The third and final part of the Tushita quest is Soulless, where you will need to fight Cake Queen. The second you hit Cake Queen, a song will start, and you need to defeat her before the song is over. For this, I recommend using Buddha or any kind of strong fruits, as she is pretty tanky. Once you do that, you'll get this loading, and then you will end up here. From here, you'll need to light the torches and defeat all the enemies that spawn. Again, I recommend Buddha for this, as a lot of the enemies that spawn are pretty difficult. Now, once you've actually lit all the torches, the final boss of this area uses V2 of light. As long as you're using a good fruit, you should be fine taking on this captain. From here, go through the door, and you shall have your third Alucard shard. Interact with the pedestal and the scroll for Tushita will be gone. Now you are done with Tushita, go ahead and do the Yama side. Or if you've already completed the Yama side, you should be able to interact with this door. Once you accept Yama's first quest, Pain and Suffering, you'll need to take anywhere from 8 to 10,000 damage from an enemy or player. Now this doesn't always work the first try, so go ahead and keep trying until you actually get the first quest done. If you finish the first quest, you'll get an Alucard fragment, which looks like this. From there, go ahead and go back to the scroll and accept the next quest, which will be Haze of Misery. Once you start the Haze of Misery quest, go to every island in the game and look for NPCs that have a pink mark, like this one. From here, you will need to defeat the pink marked enemy and move on to the next section where enemies spawn. Once you've defeated all pink marked enemies within an island, go to the next island and repeat the process. Another thing to mention when doing the Haze of Misery quest is that ghosts where Yama spawns can also be tagged. As you can see, every single one here for me is tagged. So go ahead and kill these as well. Once you've killed all of the enemies with the pink marks, you'll get your next Alucard frag. Now, the final quest for Yama is Fear the Reaper, where you will need to go to Haunted Castle and get a Hollowed Essence. This can be done in two ways, the first of which is praying at night at this gravestone. And the second way is by a random surprise from the Death King. Now, if you're unfortunate like me and you don't get a Hollow Essence from the Death King, you can go ahead and farm another 500 bones and then wait the 2 hours. If you have friends, this makes this a lot quicker, as there's higher odds of multiple people getting the Hollow Essence than a singular person. Now, once you've actually gotten a Hollow Essence, make sure that you first claim the quest for Fear the Reaper, as that's incredibly important, and then head back to the Haunted Castle. At the Haunted Castle, go ahead and use the Hollow Essence at the pedestal, summon the Soul Reaper, and go ahead and let him kill you. This will then load you into the next area, where you will again need to light 3 torches and fight the enemies that spawn and the boss, which will have V2 of Dark. I'm going to go ahead and do that now and speed up the process. Once you've done that, go through the door, you'll get your Alucard shard, and then interact with the scroll. It will then burn up and disappear. Once you have done both the Yama and the Tushita scroll, you can then interact with the pedestal, placing the 6 shards upon them, and opening the door. Once this door is open, a boss will spawn that can only be damaged with Tushita or Yama. For me, I'm just going to use Yama. Now, you don't actually have to kill the boss in order to get Cursed Dual Katana. You can die to the boss and you'll still get the drop. And once you've done that, all of these cursed skeletons will spawn. But you will also then gain Cursed Dual Katana. Now that you have Cursed Dual Katana, if you want to upgrade it, come to the blacksmith at the port, and you will need these materials. This is 10 demonic wisps, 10 mini tusks, and 60 scrap metal. This will give you a 7% increase to all damage that the sword does. Once you actually upgrade and use Cursed Dual Katana, you'll need to get it to mastery level 375 to use the 2 moves. The first move actually comes at level 175, and the second move is 375. The first move looks like this, where you spin around a bunch, and then you unleash a tornado. It does really good damage, and it actually has a really good range and can pick up multiple enemies at the same time. The second move, Slayer of Goliath, is a really big slash that goes incredibly far and is great for chasing down people. I'm going to now demonstrate the moves on stone. And that's everything that you need to know about Cursed Dual Katana, as well as how to actually obtain it. If you guys have any recommendations for future tutorials, please put them down below in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.